What happens if your speeding ticket arrives after 14 days? Let's look into this and see what type of speeding notice falls within that 2-week window. Speeding tickets can get very expensive. Just how far over the speed limit you were driving, along with your weekly income, is usually what's used to determine how much your fine is going to be. The greater the speed, the greater the percentage of your weekly income that you'll be fined, as well as racking up a greater amount of penalty points on your licence. In the UK, speeding fines are capped at £2,500 on motorways and £1,000 for other roads. Speeding fines are based on a percentage of your weekly income, meaning that two people can be fined a different amount for the same type of speeding offence. Some of the worst speeding offences can cost up to 700% of your weekly income without exceeding those caps. Ouch. There is a process for being issued with a speeding ticket, or to give it its proper name, a fixed penalty notice. Before a fixed penalty notice can be issued, first you need to be issued with a notice of intended prosecution, or NIP. Unless you were given a verbal NIP by a police officer if they pulled you over for speeding, then the registered vehicle keeper must receive the NIP through the post within 14 days from the date of the alleged speeding offence. It has been known for the police to send out the notice of intended prosecution a little late. Bank holidays or a postal delay could see an NIP arrive late. If your NIP wasn't sent within 14 days of the offence, the police can no longer prosecute. This means you cannot be served with a fixed penalty notice and therefore don't have to pay a fine or accept penalty points onto your licence. However, if the NIP was served within 14 days, then there's a second time limit that the police need to adhere to. They only have 6 months to issue you with the actual fine, the fixed penalty notice. It's here where most of the confusion online comes from, with much advice on forums not clearly defining the difference between a notice of intended prosecution and a fixed penalty notice. Being misled into believing that you can treat a fixed penalty notice as if it's invalid because it arrived after 14 days, when in reality it's got 6 months, ignore it thinking it's invalid, and you could end up in some pretty hot water. Additionally, and this point is potentially very important, if you were grossly over the speed limit, then you could be charged with dangerous driving. This is far more serious than a regular speeding ticket. The usual 14-day and 6-month time limit goes out of the window, and the potential punishment could be a driving ban or even time behind bars. Usually, though not exclusively, travelling double the limit, say 60 in a 30, 80 in a 40 and so on, or exceeding 100 miles an hour anywhere, is considered to be the point at which speeding is considered dangerous driving. If you're faced with a dangerous driving charge, it might be wise to seek legal advice straight away. If you think you've got a ticket that arrived too late, or you're worried that a fine is about to land you in trouble, then a popular option is to consult a solicitor who can help. There are many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. JustAnswer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial. One of my colleagues managed to save over £270 on a parking ticket by using their service. I've linked that offer down in the description, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting Money Nerd, so thank you.